Hello, sports fans. Welcome back to another edition of Inside Titan Sports. My name is Eric Kohler, and thanks for joining us. This week, we'll showcase a new event known as Pro Day for our men's basketball program, as well as get up close and go one-on-one with our men's soccer coach, Mr. 12 Trees. But first, let's talk about our top-ranked women's soccer team. With that being said, welcome back our head coach, Jeff Carr, and he's accompanied by sophomore sensation, Jay Bales. Hey, Jay. Hey, Coach.
Hey, Eric. Thanks for having us on.
Yeah, thanks for coming back. Now, congratulations to both of you to a great start in your season. You guys are 4-0, and obviously you guys are number one in the country in both polls. Coach, how do you feel so far to this point in the season?
Well, I feel like we're doing with smoke and mirrors right now because we have so many injuries right now. It's been a tough year. I've never remember having this many injuries, and then one of our best players' mom passed away last Monday, so it's been a really tough few weeks for the team as well, emotionally. And fortunately, the character of this team, we have, girls that step up when the lights are on, and we're able to get, 4 wins as well still. So that's good, but it's been a really tough year for injuries again and the death of Paula's mom.
Well, I mean, a testament to you, Coach, though. You've had a lot of depth, obviously, with the injuries and stuff like that. You continue to find a way. Now, Jay, with you knowing these injuries have gone through, how have you taken place in terms of being the athlete on Coach's team?
Well, I just think that it doesn't matter who's injured and who's not. Yeah, it matters, but we're a team all together, and we have to learn that even if someone's hurt, other people have to step up and fill that position and do what they can. Everyone's on the team. It's not just about 1 or 2 players. Everybody has to step up and do their part for us to win if we want to stay number one in the country.
Now, speaking of wins, you guys got a nice road win, your first conference win last Thursday, 1-0 against Broward. That's a well-improved team, Coach.
Definitely. Mike Goodridge, who used to be at Nova Southeastern, has done a tremendous job with them. It was close. We made it closer. We missed a lot of chances. We still need to work on finishing. But, yeah, they did a great job, and we scored in the last 3 minutes to win the game.
Now, Jay, you had a hand in that right there, 86th to 87th minute. You had that assist that got that goal to win 1-0. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Tell us a little bit about that play, how it went down.
Well, I got the ball from, I think, our outside back, and I looked up, and that's my roommate. So we, have a little, roommate connection. So
Nice.
I, looked up, and I saw her, and I knew, so I played it in behind, and she ran onto it and just finished it. And it was a great feeling to have, my roommate, one of my best friends on the team, finish and us win 1-0. That was great. We needed that win.
Well, I tell you what, you're from local Palm Bay High School. You have only lost one time as a Titan soccer player, and again, it was the national championship. What is your thought about redemption to get it back, as the national title will be held again here at Titan Soccer Complex in November?
I think that this is my hometown, and it's really awesome that so many of my family and friends always come out to see me play and stuff. And I really want to win. We were so close last year. Me, Paula, and Bunny talk about it all the time. We have to get back there, and we have to win. It's not an option. We're going. We have to.
Well, I like that. Now, Coach, echo those thoughts. You got to be proud of one of your players, sophomores, a handful of sophomores, to have that sentiment about the team of getting back to that national title.
Absolutely, and Jay's one of our captains and does a tremendous job on and off the field leading this team. So, yeah, I mean, we still have that feeling. Those three players and myself from last year, we won't forget that feeling, that how close we came to having an undefeated season and winning the national championship. Well,
you're so close, and I'll tell you what, you're off to a great start. Now, you have a couple exhibition games coming up. You go to Rollins College in nearby Winter Park in Orlando, and you play Space Coast United. Now, how do you take advantage of that? You've had a rash of injuries. Is the goal to try to just let some of the kids get some breathers, or what do you work on in those aspects?
Yeah, absolutely. In the Rollins game, we'll try to play have it be a more competitive game, and we're trying to showcase our players for a 4-year school. Rollins is a great program, great facilities, so we want to give our kids opportunity to get looked at by these schools. And in the club game, we won't take that very seriously, and there'll be a lot of players that don't play much that'll play in that game.
Now, Coach, when you do the scheduling like that, I've noticed that you've staggered some exhibition games to real matches per se, exhibition. You've gone on a couple road trips. Is that by design, Coach?
Yes and no, but it was just hard to find a game or two in this little gap, so Rollins asked us to play, so we were thrilled to play them, and it was local as well, not too far to go, and then the club games at home. And it's just worked out because I think possibly by when we play Darton on the 23rd, we're actually going to have 3 of our players that have been injured back, so that's exciting.
Well, that's good. Speaking of exciting, now that big win on the road against Broward, you guys wore some bracelets. Can you tell us a little bit about the story behind the bracelets? Jay?
Yeah, it says we all made bracelets that say P for P, which means play for Paula and pray for Paula, because she's recently gone through a lot, losing someone very close to her, and we just wanted to make sure that she knows and the whole world knows that we're coming out there for her, to play for her, because we love her and we wanted to win for her, so we did.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty special anytime you lose someone that close. I mean, in terms of coach and being a player, you know, you're all a family, and I can see how it can touch you both. But the fact of the matter is, you know, how do you move forward? How do you surround yourself and embrace her with that loss? You just, you know, it's so hard to do something right, but to make sure that you're there for her as a family.
Well, we love on her, and we told her that the whole through the process from the night that she found out. Jay and then we're over there grieving with her. I took her to the airport and stayed at the gate until she flew out. You know, she took her almost 24 hours to get back to Spain. And, you know, just so many thoughts going through her mind, and we're just there. You know, not necessarily words can, you know, not make her feel better, but
right.
We're comforting her, just letting her know that we're there for her and whatever she needs, and that's what we're there for her now. She came back on Sunday as well, so loving on her and you know, being there for her, because she doesn't need to be by herself in this tough time. I can't imagine losing your mom at 18 years of age.
Yeah, I mean that's a time too. You're just, you know, fresh into the world, and your mom, you only get one mom. But the fact of the matter is, you know, looking forward, you maybe can rally around. Maybe this is a rallying cry to get back, as you said, the redemption to get the national championship game to really kind of work together as a team as next woman up, I guess, with all these injuries.
Yeah, it's definitely an opportunity for us to come together and work for something together, for sure. And us all being there for Paula is just like really unifying us as a team, because like we've talked about, the team is really new. Like there's only 3 returning players from last year, so we're not that close yet. But everybody, as soon as everybody heard about that, it was like, we're a family. Like, we'll be her family. Like, we love her. So it's definitely something that's bringing us closer.
Well, I mean, I think it's a great story. It's an unfortunate story, but sometimes in life that we've seen around us, that tragedy sometimes brings us together in unity. And I think that's very special. Now, Coach, looking forward to the rest of the season. You know, you've had a slew of injuries and stuff that we talked about briefly. What's your goal and expectation of this team, of what you've gone through to this point?
Well, again, we're going to get some of our players back, but players have been stepping up as well that are replacing the injured ones. And, you know, we hope to compete for the Region 8 championship, and then hopefully make the national tournament, and hopefully get to the national championship game and take care of business in that game, we hope.
Well, I'll tell you what, now there was another story too about one of the teams that joined the conference, but now they're no longer in the conference. Can you shed a little light about the team out of Miami?
Yeah, ASA Miami decided like the first day of the official season to just do club status this year. So that means they're not in our conference. We can play them if we want, but we chose not to travel to Miami and spend quite a bit of money on a charter bus and meals. So they may come to us, but yeah, they decided at the last minute that they didn't want to play in our conference, so they're just playing club status this year, and you're allowed to do that in junior college.
I just thought that was an interesting story. But, well, listen, good luck to both of you. And, again, sorry to hear about the bad news with the team, but you guys will come together, be there for Paula, because I remember something I shared that I lost my father at an early age. You have to be around people that keep bringing you up. But you guys are always welcome on the show. Good luck this week.
Thank you.
And you'll be back in action against Starton State in a match on the 23rd.
Yes.
And we appreciate all you do. But that's Jeff Carr. This is Jay Bales. This is Inside Titan Sports. Stay right there.
Eastern Florida State College. This is where you discover new opportunities, where you pursue your dreams, and careers take flight. Apply now for new bachelor and associate degree programs in business, healthcare, computer technology, and other growing fields. Eastern Florida, where Titans rise. Apply today.
Welcome back to Inside Titan Sports. My name is Eric Kohler. It's time to talk some men's hoops. With that being said, welcome back to high energy head coach of your men's basketball program. We got Jeremy Shulman. Hey, Coach.
Eric, appreciate you having me on the show.
I'll tell you what, last time you were here, we were talking about the Drake, about that wonderful exposure, and now I'm just going to call you the coach.
That'll work. That'll work.
I like that. Hey, congratulations. You launched a new experience on campus, and it's called Pro Day. Now, I know they do that across the board with a lot of different sports, but the first time at Eastern Florida, tell us about your Pro Day.
Well, it was an exciting event. Got the idea from John Calipari in University of Kentucky, who's a trendsetter in the college basketball world, but to my knowledge, there's not been an actual junior college pro day,
Wow.
and we wanted to do an official pro day for a bunch of Division I and Division II coaches to come out and watch our guys. And it's also great for the community, and people in the community could come out and watch and kind of get a glimpse of our guys in the very early stages of the team. So it was a really fantastic event.
Well, I think that's great, though, Coach, to have that, John Calipari, known in the basketball circles as maybe one of the Zen masters of college basketball, and to be able to do that. Now, how many Division I coaches were actually in attendance? At first, I saw from our sports information director, Michael Parsons, that it was 35, but now you're saying 37 made it.
It was actually, once we went over, we had tweeted it right away, but once we went over, it was 37 different four-year school coaches and representing 32 different schools. But 37 coaches in the gym all in one day to watch our guys was just, it was fantastic. It was great for our guys. It was great exposure for the program. And you know what is great exposure for the school as well? A lot of those coaches had never been to Eastern Florida before. Some of the coaches had never been to Eastern Florida. And they get on campus and they see, the beautiful new buildings on campus and all the palm trees and all the amazing facilities, everything from the Titan Soccer Complex to the tennis courts to the baseball field to, of course, Titan Fieldhouse. And I thought it was really great exposure for the school as well. Dr. Ritchie and Coach Carr have done wonders to that campus.
Well, I think that's great. It's great exposure, too. Obviously, it opens the eyes, but now you're on the radar for some of these recruits, that now some of these guys that come when they're done with their freshman, sophomore year with the Titans, now you got these big programs, and now that's going to help your exposure as a head coach as well.
Absolutely. And we've been fortunate in the past. We've had 22 different players sign Division I scholarships in the last 5 years, which is just a fantastic number coming from our school. And we're trying to, of course, build on that. We don't have a real deep sophomore class as far as numbers, but it's very, very talented at the top. And all three guys got a ton of Division I looks, and all of them picked up Division I offers from Pro Day. So.
Well, speaking of which, now your roster has not been updated online. I've been following because I know you have a host of guys. So when do you trim that down? When's the date when you look to really kind of set your roster officially for this upcoming fall season?
I don't know if there's an exact date on it. We're pretty close. We pretty much know who's going to red shirt and who's going to play and who's going to have a jersey. And so we'll probably announce it fairly soon. But we want to keep people guessing also. The college coaches know they can hit me up for the rosters and, keep the other teams across the country guessing a little bit for our roster.
That's pretty good. Now, with Pro Day, what were some of the drills that you ran with Pro Day? Shuttle runs, vertical jumps, what kind of jazz
so
did you
here's
do?
what we did on Pro Day. We introduced all the players. We had an unbelievable MC and Mike Parsons, who's our director of communications.
Nice.
And went right from that into a lot of NBA combine style testing. We had one of my former players, Ben Patrick, who runs an unbelievable training company in Clearwater, Florida called ATG. He came across the state to do the vertical jump testing for our guys. And Parisi Speed Academy, who does a fantastic job here in Melbourne area with speed and agility training, did 2 different agility tests. They did the agility lane slide, which they do in the combine, and then the shuttle run, which they do in the combine as well. So did that for about 30 minutes. And again, first junior college team, at least I've been able to find that's done that at part of a pro day or part of a workout. And I thought it was very interesting and intriguing for the coaches to see not just what they can do on the court, but how athletic, how quick, how explosive their reaction time, and of course, a vertical jump could be as well. After that, we went and did some drill work, and we've got a great coaching staff and 5 assistant coaches plus myself. So we broke into 3 different stations and 3 different groups of guys rotating between a ball handling station, a real athletic station to show kind of their athletic and open court station, and then a ball handling station in half court moves into a shooting station. So it was really good event, and did a lot of different things in it.
Now you also you did a little 5-on-5, first one to 100. Tell us about what that's all about.
Now, that was the highlight. So
that was the highlight. I knew we were going to get there.
Had to say the best for last.
Nice.
So, it's our version of open gym, and so we just divide our guys into 2 different teams and let them play against each other. They still had to call their own fouls and open gym status, but but it got very competitive. It was very organized. We ended up statting the open gym after the fact, so we've got stats from it, and play to 100 at 50 points. We switch sides and kind of take a quick little halftime for the guys, but they got after it, and they get after it we do that every Friday anyways, but having college coach in the gym on Saturday, they really got after it. So it was a good run.
So now you do this every Friday now. This is it's almost where I come from, Indiana, a blue blood state. We call that barnyard basketball. You got to call your own fouls, but that's kind of good to create some camaraderie and some competitive spirit within the team.
It is. We work so hard during the week. I mean, this time of year, we're really focused on player development. You know, the skill development, our athletic ability, our strength and explosiveness, and our nutrition. So we work so hard during the week, and we've got classes Monday through Thursday. So Friday is our day that we don't have classes on Fridays at Eastern Florida. And we want to reward the guys by doing the open run. And we always play to 100, and it's a reward at the end of the week for our guys. So.
Well, I mean, you work hard, you got that grind. You have to reward yourself in some aspect, because if not, you're going to burn out in the season.
Yeah, yeah.
So now, looking forward in the season, tell us a little bit of what sticks out in terms of your schedule. I kind of eyeballed a little bit this morning, but the fact of the matter is, anything stand out there? How by design? How does it work for your scheduling?
Well, the first thing that stands out is just how tough our non-conference schedule is. We already know our conference in the Southern Conference is just brutal with the amount of talent, but it's gotten harder and harder to schedule every year, especially if you want any home games at all. So our non-conference schedule is just loaded. I think it will be a top 5 non-conference schedule in the country.
Wow.
We play the #1 preseason team in the country, Northwest Florida, who's kind of got a non-conference rivalry with us, and they've been very successful on the national stage, as have we. Playing Florida Southwestern, who's a brand new school that's just absolutely loaded with talent, and they've got unbelievable facilities, so they're going to be very, very good from day one. We go up to New York City, which is going to be very exciting to play 3 games up right there in New York City against Monroe Community College, Harcum, who's nationally ranked, and Baltimore City College. So that one sticks out as one, just because a lot of our guys haven't really had a chance to travel in their lives, and some of our guys have never been in New York City. So to get up there, play 3 really good teams, one that's a top 10 team in the country, the other 2 that are borderline top 25, and still be able to get some time to hopefully we get to Times Square and do a little bit of sightseeing as well. That one probably sticks out more than any for the non-conference schedule.
Well, that's pretty good too, and also it brings togetherness too when you go on the road together.
Yeah.
Because all those external things at home, they're away on the wayside. You're together as a team, and I think that's a great team building exercise when you go on the road.
It really is, and we used to do that with a long charter bus ride, which is always great. But last year we decided, you know what, let's budget our money a little differently, save money in some aspects so we could actually fly somewhere. And last year we went to Utah to fly, and it was an unbelievable bonding experience, as you alluded to. And this year to be able to fly up to New York City, some of our guys have. Every year we always have 1 or 2 guys who've never been on a plane before.
Right.
So it's going to be really exciting.
And I think it's great because travel is truly a life teacher.
Yeah.
And I think it's great for all your kids.
Yeah.
But listen, man, you're always welcome to the show. Congratulations on Pro Day.
Thank you.
Always love your energy.
Yeah.
And keep us posted, I should say, about your updated things with the men's basketball program.
Absolutely. Go Titans.
I like your style. Hey, this is the coach, Jeremy Shulman. We'll be right back with Oliver 12 Trees. Don't go away.
This is where we're building the future. This is where we meet the challenge, where leaders emerge and careers take flight. This is where you discover new opportunities. Choose to stand where excellence lives, where titans rise. Eastern Florida State College.
Welcome back to Inside Titan Sports. It's now time to talk about men's soccer. With that being said, welcome back the head coach of your Titans soccer. We got Oliver 12 Trees. Hey, Coach.
How you doing? Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, nice to have you back. Now, Coach, you come into this show, you're 2-2 overall in the year. The 2 losses have come in 2 double overtime losses. What's your thought process through the 4 matches so far at this point?
Yeah, we've certainly been challenged, no doubt about it. We've had a tough schedule. We're still in the rankings, and that shows. Even at 2-2, a lot of teams around us are 5-0, even below us are 5-0, but we're still up there in the rankings at 2-0, and that just shows at 2-2. So that just shows the strength of schedule we've had to go. The team that did beat us in overtime, San Jacinto, they're number 2 in the rankings. So really, if we'd have squeaked that one out, which we were leading in the game, then perhaps we'd still be at number 2 in the rankings. But it's been a lot of adversity we've faced on and off the pitch, and I think that will help us, and that will stand us in a good position down the road. And when we start the most important part of the season, the bread and butter of the season, the conference schedule.
Well, shed a little light on some of that adversity. Sometimes, it's better to lose early than late, and how you get it set up for the team to take those as building blocks moving forward.
Oh, definitely, and a double overtime loss. We talked about it as a team. Touch wood. We don't think, after the feelings we've had of those double overtime losses,
Right.
I don't think we're going to have that happen again. And everybody knows, going into the conference schedule, going into the district tournament, going into the national tournament, you're probably going to face some overtime games. There's no doubt about it. And so having that experience of doing that twice so early in the season is definitely going to be character building for the lads.
Well, I'll tell you, you're going to come up and you're going to have a road trip again this weekend up there in the St. Louis, Missouri area. Now, this is the second one. You went up to Mississippi a couple weeks back. Now, that's going to be a team-building thing. Now you're together. What's your travels going up there? How was Mississippi, and now are you going to travel up to the St. Louis, Missouri? Now, are you going to bus or are you going to fly?
Yeah, we're gonna bus. We were looking at flying, but we decided to bus and do the 15-hour trip. We're actually gonna stop at a Division I university. We're gonna stop at Georgia State on the way up there and give the boys an opportunity to train on a Division I facility, and then see the school as well, and give Georgia State an opportunity to look at some of our guys, a little bit like the pro day that Jeremy was talking about, and so give the opportunity. And Coach Carr was talking about playing role in, so put our players in the recruiting window for some of these other teams. So yeah, we're going to make that 15-hour trip, and we're going to have probably some singing on the bus, some songs, some rap battles, and try and make it as enjoyable as possible.
Now, how was the first time up in Mississippi? Now, did you do rap battles? Now this is version 2.0. Now
We did. You did. We did lose, so I did have the boys walk the last 30 miles back, but no, not really, but I thought about it. But no, we had a good experience. We had a good trip, and definitely the boys came together, and we enjoyed it. That's why one of the reasons we decided to take the road trip rather than forking out for the flights. And as Jeremy was talking about in terms of going to New York, it's a good opportunity for these boys to see another state.
Right.
We'll spend a day. We play Friday, we play Sunday, and then we'll spend the day on Saturday going to St. Louis Art. I used to live up there in St. Louis, and it's a great great creation, bit of modern art really. And so we'll take the boys around there, give them the experience of the gateway to the West. Now,
Coach, basically how you've had your schedule set up, the first part has been exhibitions. The rest, you've had some road trips, Mississippi and now St. Louis, Missouri. And now when that's done, you're straight into conference play every match all the way to the end of the season. Now, did you do that by design?
Yeah, that was 100% by design. I like to get my non-conference games out of the way, and then I like to focus just on the conference games. And while this conference is going to be tough this year, I've had the opportunity to see Broward play, and they're very, very good, and they just beat Daytona, who's a new program, who have modeled their program very much on us. They're trying to model exactly what we've done with our facilities. They're building a new facility. They're going to support it like we support our athletic program, so Daytona is going to be a power in time to come, and Broward actually went up there and turned them over. So again, the conference is going to be very strong.
So how would you grade out to this point right now, since you got the road trip coming up there in St. Louis, Missouri, and then you got the conference schedule that's backloaded on the back end? Where do you grade out right now in terms of the team?
We're in our second phase. We're just at the end of our second phase that we
Right.
break the team up into. In the first phase, we were right there at probably an A-, undefeated, beat a Division I team. And then the non-conference phase, we're probably about a 2.5. I have very, very high standards, and I think some of the lads are understanding that, look, that we have the highest standards here at Eastern Florida, and if you're not up to the standards, then you have to change, and you have to make sure you're really pushing yourself every day. So, we've got a long way to go, but if we have a good road trip and get 2 successful results and 2 successful performances more than that, then, we'll be right up there pushing for a 3-0. And we grade our guys, actually, after every game.
I'll be darned.
We give them a GPA. So we give them a GPA throughout the whole season. After the game, they can see what their GPA was, and that's the coaching staff just kind of put that in. Obviously, they're graded by GPA in their classes, so we want to make it standard across the board. So we give them a GPA in their performance, and there's always some good chatter afterwards and worry about what was my grade, what did coach give me. They're like, oh, he got a 3.0, he got a 4.0, what's up with that? So there's always some good banter about the GPA as well, but we're making sure we're evaluating them in everything they do. So they're making sure they're holding those high standards.
I think it's a great feedback too for a player to get better. They want to know where they stand.
Yeah, for sure. And today's player, they want feedback. It's maybe different to when me and you grew up playing, where
Right.
You didn't talk to the coach, and you were scared to talk to the coach. Now it's very much an open door policy, and players growing up in the new generation, they want that feedback. And just that little GPA is a good way to give them that immediate feedback.
Now you've had 7 players. Talk about a balanced attack. 7 players have scored in the 4 matches. You can hit somebody from all different angles. Talk about some of the guys who really stood out for you.
Yeah, we've definitely got goals from a lot of areas. Alex Alexis has probably been our most dominant attacking player. He's absolutely lightning fast. He's probably only about $120. in terms of his weight, but he is absolutely can turn on a dime and is extremely quick. So he's been very, very good as a freshman. You know, the goals have been spread out, but we really need goals from our top guys. We really need goals from J.J. Donnelly. You know, the kid is tremendously talented, but he hasn't really shown it in the first game. So it's really up to him to, you know, he is a captain, he's a leader, he's a great player, and we need him to be putting the ball in the back of the net in, you know, going through this conference run for us to achieve our goals.
Well, this weekend now you're playing against a team that's 14th ranked in the country. Are we far enough along that now those numbers next to a team really can show you how strong those teams are?
Well, yeah, this is an undefeated team we're playing against,
okay.
You know, and so, you know, they're 5-0 or 6-0, so they're going to give us a really stiff test. And Jefferson College, who we beat the Nationals last year, always a perennial powerhouse in the Midwest. So we're going to be facing two very good teams. So if we can go up there and go 2-0, which will be the goal, that will be mission accomplished, and we'll be right above there pushing for that 4.0 GPA.
Well, good luck up there. Now, I want to talk to you before I let you go. As you talked about rap battles, do you get involved in these rap battles on the road trip with your players? Because I'd love it with your accent.
Yeah, no, you know what? There's not too many British rappers out there, so I leave that to the Yanks.
Well, I'll tell you what, Coach, it's good luck this season, good luck this weekend, your 2 matches, and then you do have conference play, and look forward to having you back on the show.
All right.
But I'll tell you what, Coach, thanks for your time.
Appreciate it.
Well, that's all the time that we have. This is the edition of Inside Titan Sports. Make sure you visit us on anything and everything on EFSCTitans.com. Many thanks goes out to all our coaches and our special guest, Jay Bales. That's it for this time. Next week, same channel, same time. My name's Eric Kohler. This is Titan Sports. And remember, Eastern Florida, where Titans rise.